Hi there. Thanks for watching this episode of STEM Stories. We're a podcast that interviews women in STEM that have made the jump from academia into industry, and we're sharing unique stories and perspectives that aren't talked about enough. In this episode, we sat down with Kate Assad, an incoming freshman at King's College, where she will be studying medical sciences this fall. In our conversation, Kate shares how curiosity, teamwork, and mentorship all shaped her early interest in STEM, and how these driving forces influence her outlook as she enters academia. But before we get into that, did you know that STEM Stories is a part of Wisdom, Women in Science Demonstrating Outstanding Merits? Wisdom is a nonprofit that works with STEM college females to find opportunities in the industry, and we're taking a moment today to ask you to join our mission. Whether you can contribute financially or just by following us on social media, it would make a difference in supporting our work. Or if you know someone that we should interview next, let us know. You can learn more by visiting our website, www.womenin.science, or follow us on Instagram at women_in_science. Now here's the episode.
Welcome to another episode of STEM Stories powered by Wisdom. Wisdom, the nonprofit furthering the careers of young women in the STEM fields. And I'm very excited to have today with me here Kate Assad. Hello, first of all, and I'm very, very glad to have you here. Perhaps a few words from your end, and then I want to tell you, the audience, where we met, first of all. But please, perhaps you want to introduce yourself, Kate.
Well, thank you so much first for having me and just for creating more opportunities like Wisdom for women in STEM. It's such a great mission, and I'm so happy to be on here. And yes, I'm super excited, but little introduction. My name is Kate Assad. I'm a recent graduate of Freedom High School in Bethlehem, and I'm an incoming freshman at King's College, where I will be studying medical sciences.
Great, congratulations. And there is more congrats to come, so to say, because when we first met, I think a few weeks past, that was an event at the Da Vinci Science Center, which is located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And the reason we met there was that there was a science soiree, as I call it, and you were listed there as a recipient of an award, and that is the Da Vinci Science Center STEAM Award. So congrats for receiving this huge honor, and you have been on stage there, and perhaps you can tell the audience a little bit about the STEAM Award and what made you get this award.
So the STEAM Award, for anyone who doesn't know, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. So Da Vinci Science Center, I think, gives out 4, give or take, 4 STEAM awards, to some to high school seniors only, some to only females, some to students in grades 9 through 11, and they give an award and a scholarship depending on which STEAM award you got. I was blessed to receive one of the $2,000 scholarships from them, and it is such a fun event. There's lots of opportunities to network, and you meet so many cool people right where I met you. And you meet people from different backgrounds, and you can see how science can appear in all walks of life, which is beautiful. There's a celebration. And yeah, Da Vinci is a great place, and I'm so grateful to be involved in it.
Very exciting, and I was excited to meet you there. And we spoke about the podcast already in this at this event. And because I'm interested to share stories of young women like yourself, and what the obstacles are that they are facing and what their dreams are. So perhaps you can tell us a little bit, what made you decide to go into this field and now into the medical sciences? There might have been an event in your past that really kicked this off for you. So what was this ignition, so to say?
Well, for starters, things changed. When I was in elementary school, I loved math. Even when I was at the doctor's office, I would hand my mom a notebook and be like, here, write me math problems, write me math problems. I would do math all day long. I loved it.
Wow.
And then I got to ninth grade biology class. I took honors biology, and this was an obstacle for me. It was one of the harder classes I had taken, especially transitioning from middle school to high school.
Hmm.
So I took that class, and as a child, sometimes I felt that my curiosity was like inconvenient for some. I would ask
Ah.
so many questions, and it
Hmm.
was like, oh, like you don't need to know why, or don't ask what if. But I was going to continue asking what if, because that's how like growth is and discovery is made.
Yes,
So
I
my ninth
agree.
grade biology class became this outlet for me to question, test, experiment, fail, and try again. And in doing so, like I found a passion for science, especially like life sciences, the human body, that I didn't know existed. So then at Freedom, they have so many amazing science classes. So I continued taking more science classes. I took chemistry, biomedical
Hmm. Hmm.
science,
Hmm.
medical science, physics, everything like that. And then I took anatomy class. And in anatomy, we actually dissected a cat, which
Wow.
I know for some it could be a little gross out, but I really, really enjoyed that. I had so much fun. I'm a very hands-on person, and it was super cool to see like what I was seeing on the table reflect inside my body. Obviously, our anatomy is a little different, but the
Yeah,
general idea was the same.
of
So
course.
then I guess that like pushed me into wanting to learn more about the human body with that medicine and just helping people as a provider and providing like love-based care for everyone. So I think that's yeah.
Wow. I think curiosity is key for everything, and specifically for anybody joining the STEM fields or STEAM fields. So you are mentioning here a very important word here, because that's really, I think, at the heart of every scientist who becomes a successful scientist. And what you are just telling us about this specific key moment in your life when you were dissecting a cat, which really, as you said, sounds perhaps a little bit gross to some, but reflects really on your curiosity and how to understand how our own body works, and how to understand what a healthy body looks like, perhaps then later also what an unhealthy or sick body looks like, and to help people to cure certain diseases. I think that's really outstanding and very, very interesting. What immediately comes to my mind is when I hear this story, but we didn't talk about that at the Da Vinci Science Center, but this is, of course, how Leonardo da Vinci got himself into these STEM fields, because he was so fond of anatomy, and did dissect bodies of animals and human beings, which at the time was very difficult to do and forbidden by church at the time. So he had to do this at night at some secluded areas. But he learned so much, and then that turned later also into his artistry as well, because he understood then the geometry of harmonics and what beauty looks like. So therefore, that you did that and then got the award at the Da Vinci Science Center is more meaningful than I could have ever imagined. So keep that in mind forever. I think that this key moment is something you should reference down the road in career in many, many discussions, because that's makes me almost speechless, I have to say. What a great successor you are to Leonardo. Amazing. And what is your dream now going forward? Now you enter the medical science field. Where do you see yourself down the road when you are finishing the medical science studies? What is your dream job? What you are looking for?
So right now at King's College, I'm enrolled in their 5-year accelerated physician's assistant program.
Hmm.
So hopefully by the end of the 5 years, God willing, will become a physician's assistant. Um, Medical school and pursuing a path as a physician is still
Wow,
in the back of my mind. So
great.
I'm not sure which one exactly yet, but I know
Yeah.
like in 10 years, I hope to see myself as a provider. in some form providing compassionate care back to my community. And I would love to stay involved with nonprofits, science-based like missions and things like that to continue giving back to my community. So
That's great, Kate. I think you mentioned two attributes right now which are key for a successful career in the STEM fields or STEAM fields, as we can also say. You mentioned curiosity on the one hand, and giving back to the community. I think that's also very, very important, and dreaming big, because you said, I'm looking for a physician's assistant job at the next step, but I never will rule out the next big step, which is becoming a physician yourself, which I think is absolutely what you should try to pursue. And things might change in your career path, of course, because of various influences. But having this goal in front of you, this big dream, I think that's something that everybody can take away. Never set your goals too low or too small. That makes you really successful. That really reminds me of something else in your personality. I also read about you that you're an athlete as well. So an athlete also sets goals and is very competitive. Do you think that also plays a role in your career path planning?
100%. I've played basketball since I was like 5, so that's 13 years. And playing basketball, being an athlete, being surrounded on this sisterhood, this team has definitely shaped my values of hard work, perseverance, goal setting, and definitely collaboration. Like, you can't win a basketball game with one person. You need everyone. You
Ah,
need the
that's good.
bench, the coaches, the
Yes.
players. You need everyone.
Yes.
And basketball has brought me so much joy. And it when I'm playing basketball, I'm able to see like there's beauty and science everywhere,
Yeah.
you know? So it was definitely such a privilege to play all these years. And I will be playing at King's College as well, which is super exciting.
That is exciting. Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about obstacles that you might be facing. Do you think, as a woman in these fields, that you are facing obstacles which are difficult to overcome, and which are these from your point of view? Everybody has different experiences, of course.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I'm extremely grateful to all of the previous women who led with bravery and courage, like Marie Curie. Like,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
they really had to step outside of their comfort zone so that future generations like myself have all of these beautiful opportunities. Um, I definitely think there are still challenges women are facing in the STEM field today. I am extremely grateful. I don't think I have faced that many because I'm a woman. I think at Freedom and everything I've been involved in, there has been equal opportunity.
Hmm.
But just personal obstacles in general are always present. For me, I think self-doubt was one that I faced, especially my
Hmm.
freshman year of high school. But I just had to realize that like growth, like you need to go through what you need to grow through what you go through. And life won't always be easy, but you need a positive mindset on whatever obstacle you're facing. Um, and a good support system for sure. So,
Good,
but
and
I'm
that's
yeah.
what we as Wisdom want to provide a support system. We are doing career fairs and events like that, for example, and also offer mentorship opportunities. So, how do you think about in navigating this career path? About mentors, what is your experience? Do you have mentors? Would you love to have mentors? What is your experience in this regard?
So I do. I'm blessed to have a few mentors right now, and of course, I'd love to grow and learn from anyone that I can because I truly believe everyone has a gift that they bring to the table, and we as humans just have the beauty of interacting with each other and learning from each other. But in particular, actually, my basketball coach, Coach Deanna Radio, she has a background in chemistry. So she works
Uh-huh.
as a chemist and she's our basketball coach and she's a mom. And I want to be a mom one day. I would love to keep playing basketball and I want to work in the STEM field. So she has definitely been a big role model for me and just showing me the
Great.
importance of balance in life. Like, you
Yes.
can't just always do schoolwork. Like, you need to get outside if that's what you'd like. Play some games. Like, hang out with your friends and family. Balance is super important. And then
Mm-hmm.
my honors anatomy teacher, Mrs. Knowles, she went to the same college that I will be attending,
Mm-hmm.
and she just provided so much support, showing me all of these different opportunities in the world of science. And obviously, being featured on Wisdom, like, you're a great mentor. So I look forward to
Thank you.
continuing that. So, yeah,
Great. So obviously you are blessed with a few people you really can look up to and who are really helping you in driving your career forward. That's amazing. Not everybody has this. Some people feel really lost in that regard. So now I try to understand why are you in this situation. And I think looking at you, talking to you, becomes obvious that, and also what you said about humans interacting with each other and being a team player. I think for you, interaction with the community is key, and therefore, when you are outgoing like you are and build relationships, then you come across these mentorship or mentor opportunities that you, as a mentee, then you really can nourish on, which is amazing. So that I think is an advice for others listening here. Um, Go out of your comfort zone in case you are more introverted. Try to build these relationships. Then you come across these opportunities and these people which are willing to help. As you just said, this is amazing that you just mentioned the basketball coach and the biology and anatomy teacher. Because as I said, not everybody has this, and this is such an helpful um, relationship to have when you are building your career. That's amazing. Wow.
for
Um,
sure.
and when we are thinking, we have always this question also, what do you think, what happens into the STEM fields in the next 10 years, for example? And sometimes that's very difficult to even envision, and still is. Now, I think this becomes even more obvious that this question is key because everything is changing right now in the work environment for the obvious reason of artificial intelligence being employed everywhere right now. Um, Nearly every day changes in a way. Do you have any sense of what the work environment in the STEM field might look like in 10 years? Any ideas? Are you discussing with your peers what's going to happen? Are there any fears or do they see this as an opportunity? What is your stance on this complex topic?
Yeah. So I definitely think that because of technological advancements and artificial intelligence, I think the STEM field will continue to grow. And because technology can be intertwined with everything in our lives, I think when it's used as a tool and it's not used as something to rely on and it's not thinking for us, I think it's a great thing to help us. Um, but I guess some fears are like taking away some
Hmm.
jobs getting
Hmm.
taken away. Um, but in the medical field, at least for me, I don't really have too much fear with that because you will always need providers, nurses, physical therapists, those hands on careers. But I definitely think AI, when used appropriately, is definitely helping advance our society.
Very good. So that also aligns with what I think that this should be used as a tool. One should stay away of idolizing the results that I can sometimes give back to people, and that goes back to what you initially said in the first part of this STEM story interview, because you said it's so important and key to have human interactions and curiosity and human community. I think in the times of more AI tools to be developed, um, human interactions stand out even more as more precious, more valuable, more to be cultivated because that makes it different, that has much more value and um, and has to be cultivated even more instead of really isolating ourselves. That's the biggest fear. So, and of course, yeah, I think also there will be an acceleration in certain results in research and science, which is great. But as you said, we have to be careful and really gauge it as a tool, what it really is, instead of just, yeah, taking
And
everything for granted. Yeah.
I think you made a great point about like ensuring that like we still focus on human interaction. And I think sometimes it can be hard because we're glued to our phones, right?
Yes.
Everything is online, but I think especially for young people looking to join the STEM field, getting involved is such a huge thing. Getting involved in your community or like science nonprofits. Like for me, obviously Da Vinci Science Center, getting involved with that.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was involved with Blood Cancer United, and that's a nonprofit that raises
Hmm.
money for people with blood cancer. Many high schools have medical clubs. Hospitals have shadowing opportunities. So really finding ways that it like finding ways to interact more and in the field that you're passionate about is definitely huge. So
That's exciting. So obviously you are really looking for these opportunities in the medical field, from the Cancer Society to these medical clubs. That's great. So your driving force then is curiosity on the one hand, human interaction on the other one, but also you have a huge drive to care for people and help people and heal them finally, which is really amazing. And that's something which is a very human characteristic, as you said earlier on, can never be replaced by any technology. So yeah, I'm very grateful to have you here as such an example, specifically in these days and times. That's amazing. So before we close this out, so what are the immediate next steps for you right now? So you're currently joining this King's College?
yeah, so around the middle of August,
Okay,
I will go to King's College for like that freshman orientation week, and then right after that, college is kickstarted, and I will be studying medical science there, playing basketball, and it's about an hour 15 away from my house, so not too close, but not too far.
that's
And
great.
I'm definitely
Again, a
looking forward to
balanced
this
approach. Yeah.
chapter. Yeah, I'm really
That's
looking forward to it.
that seems to be also another motive in your life, that you are always considering balance, and that's so important to not get into an imbalanced situation in life for many and various reasons. So yeah, lots of words of wisdom, Kate. I'm really impressed and very grateful that you were on this episode. Everybody, I think, could take a lot away from this. And yeah, I wish you all the best for your immediate future and career, and I hope to stay in touch with you and uh, and see you at one of our events in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I had such a nice time discussing. And yes, I would definitely like to stay involved in the future.